you know, we're coming to a point now where things is getting more and more volatile, and pretty much, you know, these devils are getting more and more bold, you know, and they're starting to just at will, you know, just jacking, you know, Jacob, and what it is that's the Lord frightened Jacob, because everything the Most High do is concise, you know. Everything is precise, you know. He has a plan and a purpose, you know. So the Lord is using these devils to do that to Jake, to raise them up, you know, to get them riled up, you know, because the prophecies have to be fulfilled. You know, today, what's today's date? May 10th. Let me see.
Yeah, Thursday, May 10th.
May 10th, 2018, year of prophecy. You know, so all these things have to be fulfilled before the Lord can close this whole shithole down. You know, so that's what's happening right now. So, anybody got that?
I got 49. Yeah, I got it. 49. You want me to start with verse 8?
Read verse 1 first, and then
jump to verse 8.
Down, yeah.
All right, Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
Right, because this is something that was going to happen in these times. You know, so the Lord ran down to each tribe what they were going to be doing in the latter times. You know, and this is part of the reason how you know which tribe is what, based off of the characteristics that the Lord mentioned by each tribe.
That's right.
You know?
That only the righteous can see.
That's it. That's it.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right, because Judah is the head tribe. And anybody that got a problem with Judah being the head tribe or got a problem with Judah, period, that's right. You're done. You're finished. Yeah. You know?
He out of all tribes, he bears basically the full name of Yahweh.
That's right.
It is Yahweh's thanks, Yahweh's praise, Yahweh's da.
Right.
Took the brunt of our suffering too.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And I remember the elders saying before, the Most High is the ultimate Judite. So you're going to go ahead and start talking about Judah. The Lord set him up. Yahushua came out of Judah. He called him the Lion of Judah.
So we all come out of Judah.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Okay, cut.
I'll just get that real quick since the brothers quoted it. You know, what does the scripture say? You know, the scriptures qualify everything. Now, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 48, verse 1. It says, hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah.
That's right. Right. So now Jacob was not Jacob the father of Judah.
That's right.
So how did Jacob come out of the waters of Judah?
That's right.
Because the Most High is a Judite.
He would be the ultimate Judite.
The ultimate Judite. Like if he was to come on the earth, you know, although the earth can't contain him, but if he was to come to the earth as a man, he would come as a Judite man. That's
right. Like that's why I said it is evident that our Lord sprang out of the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
Because Yahushua was made in an express image of the Most High.
Right.
You know, so that proves it. Because that's how it had to be that way. The Lord set it up that way. Like the whole thing with, because at one time Reuben was the firstborn.
Yep.
You had Benjamin. Saul was the king.
Yep.
But then Saul went off, and King David got up in there because why?
Yeah.
We all come out of the waters of Judah.
Yeah, even Ephraim was in there at one time, you know, and then the Lord knocked them all down because Judah, even though they were the fourth born, which for his mercy, they had to be the head.
Right.
And that's how the Lord operates.
That's right.
Both sides told. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Mm-hmm. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
And that's the point right there. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemy. Because pretty much right now the Lord is stirring Jacob up to fight against Esau. Because not only is the mark of the beast being pushed out there, which is the RFID microchip, this World War III is brewing, you know, with Russia, America, and all them different nations. But also all the other prophecies are brewing. You know, the famines are coming, the race wars, and all of that. Yep. So everything, this whole society is going to be broken down. Society as we know it is going to be broken down. You're not going to be able to go to the park or to the store like you are able to do now. You ain't going to be able to go to your Dunkin' Donuts or your Starbucks or your Burger Kings or McDonald's after a while. You're not going to be able. You know what? I have a taste for some spaghetti. I'm going to go to the supermarket and get the ingredients so I can hook up some spaghetti. You ain't going to be able to do that.
Parking lots are going to be death traps.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to have people sitting there waiting for you to
come out
to
with
get your
food.
groceries and then get you.
That's right.
follow you home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They go if you get out the parking lot.
Yeah, these are serious times. If I may, I got a quick article. You know, and I did a little something on this a few days ago, and it's like the apostles and the heads of Chicago, like they've been saying, we in that time is going to be what the prophecy is going to come to pass. There's a reason why you got these racial situations occurring. All right, now this was I believe this was in Oklahoma, right? Oklahoma. It was two black men found dismembered and chained in Oklahoma pond, but not victims of hate crime. The prosecutors say.
Right.
But
that's what they're gonna say.
That's what they say. But guess who it was that killed them?
Yeah.
When you read the article, it was crackers. It was two brothers, their mother and her boyfriend, and they tortured them. And that's why the mother, they trying to silence this. This happened about a little less than a month, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
This just happened. All right.
They're trying to silence
it. She said no, they tortured them.
Right.
They tortured them. There wasn't no accident. They trying to say no, it wasn't a hate or whatever. No, they knew. They said we gonna kill some niggas, man. But that's the time that we in.
So we accidentally put chains on.
Right.
And then we accidentally used a chainsaw, a machete, or an axe.
And we didn't hate them doing that.
To,
we just,
to hack their
Yeah,
members off.
we thought they enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, you're
We
right.
thought they liked it. I mean,
they torture them.
yeah,
And that takes a really sick mindset too, man.
yeah.
All right.
And that's these crackers. Hey, you brothers do, and I got another article, Lord willing, if I can bring it out, but you brothers get a chance. What I do sometimes when I either see the news or I Google racial tension or racial incidents or whatever, and every few hours you always have them popping up even more frequently, man.
You have to move it to your car.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, because
It's starting to pick up a little bit.
Yep.
But we can keep walking and talking.
Yeah, walking and
keep-
talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull out since you said that. This is Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name.
Right. It's all about Israel at the end. And these honkies are gonna be in for a rude awakening too, man. They ain't gonna just be able to. Right now, they got the green light. There's green light on you niggas, man. That's why they slaughtering you. But eventually, the Most High is gonna rouse Judah up to the prey.
That's right.
All
Thou
right.
art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Right. The Lord said that Israel is his battle axe and weapons of war. The Most High himself ain't coming to this earth to fight you.
That's right.
Because the earth can't contain him. But like the apostle said, you know, he's gonna raise up us. I mean, like the brother read in the scripture, he's gonna raise up us to do his fighting.
That's right. For with thee, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. All right, and we're going to take 1 second just to get into the car.
Push whatever to the side.
Can I just leave it out there for now? It's fine.
This can stay out here right here.
But now you throw it in the trunk. Throw it in the trunk. Pop the trunk. That's it in the trunk.
that's what we All right. Bear with us, brothers. You know, we're trying to get in the car, get out the rain, because we don't want our food to get jacked up. All right.
Hey, the spirit still this.
Got it.
You know what, brother? I'm going to put it on here.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Just bear with us 1 second.
Con. I'll keep reading since they can hear.
Con.
So it says, oh shit, okay. The portion of verse Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider.
Yeah, that's talking about the so-called white man and his army. You know, they sitting there boasting. You got this Donald Slump. You got him all over the place. You know, talking all this shit like he really want to set it. He's a goddamn joke, man. He's a puppet. But you know what? We applaud what he's doing. You know, we've been waiting for a devil to really show the true colors of who they are.
That's right.
To show his horns. So we can't be mad at the devil for showing his horns, man.
That's right.
You know, but he is a puppet, though. Let's not get it twisted. All right, but yeah, the Lord is going to show them for what they really are. The Lord told them that men's heart is going to fail. They'll be turned into a bunch of damn bitches, man. These are serious times that we in, man.
Kind. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman.
See?
A lot of breaking up going to be happening.
Yeah.
And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And that when these race riots get to really cracking, all right. When when the race riots really get to cracking, it ain't gonna Jake ain't gonna be caring about Miss Jenkins being 60 years old, 70 years old. They're not gonna be caring about Darnisha being 5 years old. Darnisha's gonna be sodden. She's gonna be cooked.
Yeah,
all right, she's gonna be eaten in the siege.
Well, Esau, they didn't give a damn about, about Jake, if they were old or young, none of that.
That's right.
So it's payback, motherfucker.
That's right. If you could, brother, could you get finish that, but hold Ezekiel 25. And
I already got that on deck, my brother.
Because Salakia, please, may if I may, elders.
Yes, sir.
It's amazing because as we've been riding through here, I've been marveling at. I've been telling the apostle how, as we're driving, and how, how these neighborhoods are basically right upon the woods, and how these Edomites live in the city, but they live mostly in the wooded parts, a little bit different. And then the only thing that's separating them from Jake is the woods, and how it's going to be a death trap to them that they live so comfortably off the road, off in these little wooded areas, because no one's gonna hear them scream, man. Right. And when the Lord, raise Jake up, they're gonna be coming through these woods to come get them.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna realize that they don't have enough guns. They don't have enough, ammunition or protection.
Yeah.
Ain't no police, coming to protect you.
That's why the cost of gun sales is soaring. They're going so high. That's mostly a lot of these crackers. See, that's why you niggas better wake the fuck up.
That's right.
Again, I did a little show on it the other day. You had this one Jake in Detroit, like how the elder brother Malcolm was saying, how Esau's in the woods and everything, the suburbs and everything. Now, he said he missed his bus, which I guess they said the video proved he was telling the truth. He missed his bus, so he figured he'd walk his ass to school, and he went along the way that the bus went, but basically he was walking through a suburban area, an Edomite area. All right, so he was lost, so he went to the house, knocked on the door, hi ma'am, I'm lost. White bitch starts screaming, what are you doing? Stop trying to break in, stop trying to rob me. She just started saying all that, and the son, he went, boom, he got the strap, right? He went, grabbed the thing, Bob just started looking at the Jake seeing it, so he ran, right? The spirit was with him, he was able to get away, but they started shooting at you, showing you that it's a difference, man. Yeah. That it's a difference. That the animosity and the enmity has always been there. Is prophesied, man.
That's right. And that fear, because Demcat came out a video saying how that all the people in the suburbs and the white neighbors, their biggest fear is for hordes of niggas to come in and try to come take their food in a time of crisis. Yep. That's why they got all them guns, man. And I lived in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I used to go to the hunting range and a shooting range with this one Edomite back in the world, and shit, he had a big safe, about 6 foot tall safe. Wide as hell, filled with nothing but AR-15s, the fucking shotguns, guns, all kind of. He had an arsenal. You know what I'm saying? He could have a standoff with the cops for a nice couple of days, man. So you think he's gonna fight these motherfuckers?
Exactly. That's why we're gonna need the Most High, which is the prophecy. Right. We're gonna need the Lord to be with us, because you can't beat this man on a carnal level. I heard his rumors of Comfy had them niggas, which I even shouldn't talk about because he's old news, but. He told them niggas, look, we gonna get guns, we gonna go back to Jerusalem, we gonna take over,
which is madness.
That's madness, man. That's not gonna happen. You can't. But that's what them niggas get for following that nigga, man.
I got something real quick.
It's locked.
Psalms chapter 60 verse 9. Who will bring me into the strong city? Ooh. Who will lead me into Edom? Will not thou, O Most High, which hadst cast us off, and thou, O Most High, which didst not go out without armies? Pretty much the Most High is going to bring us in there.
Yeah, it didn't say no AK-47.
Oh, check it out. Give us help from trouble, for vain is the help of man.
That's right.
Through the Most High we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Not no goddamn guns, man.
And I love that scripture, man. And that cuts all you stupid ass. You got niggas talking about, y'all just going to sit there and wait for a black man to crack the sky. You goddamn right we waiting for the Lord, man.
That's right.
That's the only way you're going to get help out of it. You got dudes talking about survival kits and doing all these, learn how to operate a gun so you can defend. Man, it goes deeper than that, man. We going to need help from the Lord, man.
And there's a lot of Jakes, too. I just watched a video on how all these Jakes are applying for concealed carry, and more so-called Negroes and Jakes in general are buying firearms than never before because of Trump.
Yeah.
And so what that's really doing? That's the spirit that Yahweh was pouring out over the earth, mainly over America, to bring forth these race riots because they're gonna come.
That's true.
Come.
Yeah, there's some Jakes. Jake's packing.
Yeah.
There's some Jakes packing. Yep.
I got some real quick. Hosea 1:7. It says, "But I will have mercy upon the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their power, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen."
Ooh,
That's right.
That's straight up, man.
That's right.
Because hey, the Most High, he gonna get the glory. You ain't gonna be able to glory
That's right.
in your weapon. Look, I was. You know, niggas will sit there and say, "Yo, my aim was so precise. I was on
I
point.
took out this many.
I took out this many."
Right.
You know, so that's for me going up paintballing.
That's right.
Told you I was sick with it. Nah, man.
Khan, you made me think of Yahweh Shemiah Shai back in time of Joshua and so forth, Judges.
That's right.
He said, when they went to go up to battle somebody, Lord said, no, don't send 1,000, don't send 5,000.
Yeah.
We'll send only 300. All right, now you go send these 300 because I don't want them to say that it was by
Right.
their overpowering might
Right.
that they brought it down, but they'll know that they had strength through the power. Because who gives man power for 300 men to go take down a 10,000 man army?
Yep.
It's Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. This is Proverbs 20 and 22. Say not thou, I will recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the Most High, man.
Got a quick one. This is Isaiah 40 and 31. But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength.
Right.
They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not be faint.
That's right.
Right. That's right.
That's right. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that strength from the Most High, that from on high. But the Most High is going to kind of come first with those chariots, man, and decimate Esau, man. The Most High always. What's another one that Yahweh Shai said? You all killed, 10,000, but the Most High's hailstones killed 100,000. Just loosely paraphrasing.
Okay.
The Most High will always, do the lion's share. So the Most High is going because he's a man of war.
Yeah, the Lord said that the slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's right.
Kind.
Who's this to come up in these garments died in Basra?
And not only that, man, the Most High got these Edomites in the trick bag because truth be said, just like them cat said in that video, when the person posted those comments on his video about being afraid of all these Negroes coming from the ghettos to overrun the white populated suburban and wooded areas. The truth of the matter is that their own neighbors are gonna be the ones coming for them, man.
That's right.
We're not talking about that on the way up here, man. I was, I'm looking off into the trees and the wilderness, and I see how these Edomites got all their little stacks of wood set up so they can have heat, so they can cook with. And I saw a bunch of them that had gardens and things of that nature. The people that's coming to take that are them, your other Edomite neighbors.
That's right.
It's gonna be the Egyptian versus the Egyptian.
Yeah, they said that thing on
Purge.
well, that too, but then there was a Twilight Zone episode. I forgot which one it was, but there was one couple on the block that built a shelter, a bomb shelter, and nobody else built it. So then when they gave an announcement that there was going to be something that was going to go down, some bombs or whatever, they went to the shelter, and the other people, look, you got to let us in there, man. I said, well, look, I told you when I was building, I told you to build your, but no, y'all didn't want to listen.
Right,
there ain't enough room for everybody.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name. The Divide, I think that was called.
No, that's a different one. Now that's the Divide is also
I know
the guy.
the episode you talking about.
Divide. They had he had an underground bunker. He had stocked food.
Actually, he turned the basement into a bunker.
to a
He
bunker.
reinforced the doors
Right.
and built up all kind of steel dirt. He turned he was the super in the building.
Yeah.
And he stored up food. Yeah, that was the Divide, right?
That's right. And then as soon as the shit came to hit the fan, people came to go get rescued, and they came to him.
Yep.
That's the same thing. And then what did they do? They came in, overtook him, and killed him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing. Egyptian against Egyptian. It's going to be
And
Chinese
it was
against
Edomites
Chinese.
that did it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was two Edomites that actually was corrupted because he actually had order.
Hey, well,
He was rationing out the
everything,
food, and so they made it where it was impossible because
and we know that Esau's not about real order. Esau is a devil. Esau is every man for himself.
Yep.
It's this devil. So in all reality, when shit really hits the fan, that's how they're gonna be like, man, fuck that. They got food over there. We gonna go to Billy Bob's house and we gonna overtake their house.
That's right.
That's how it's gonna be so much different chaos going on, man. wide level, man.
That's what they show it in that TV show with Negan and The Walking Dead.
Oh, The Walking Dead, that
Walking
Negan
Dead.
character. And I got a
That's
perfect
right.
scripture out of the elder Menatazat said what he said. This is Isaiah 19:2, and it says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof." Like, so the elder said, Esau really not about order anyway.
Yeah,
all right.
That pomp, you know, is going.
Yep.
They're going buck, you know, buck against each other. 'Cause right now, them top rich banking families are bucking against each other.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but to the average person, nobody knows nothing because they keep that shit under wraps.
Yeah, because that's how they all so-called Jews, Amalekites, these Edomites, and then you deal with Esau or them so-called Jews. If you know anything about them, all of them, they all
Hey, stop raining.
they all split. Y'all want to roll back? It's
Yeah, fuck
whatever.
Hey,
you know?
man.
Hey,
Now we can
Don't-
go right here. We can go right here.
Yeah, it's whatever. But I'll just finish this quick point.
Yeah.
With a lot of the so-called Jews, you notice that, you know, they leave the business to their kids or whatever, and then they end up getting into big beefs over everything, and they got to split up the company.
Kids start fighting,
They start
infighting.
Infighting against. That's the spirit. They the devil. You know, it ain't right. No matter how much money they got, they still don't do that. That's what the devil does. That's what he does. Oh, it's a little button.
Hey, so just bear with us.
Just bear with us. We're shifting again because the Most High prayed that He take the rain away, and He did. So we going right back to
it's following the
to
spirit.
finish the sit down here. So just bear with us for a moment.
So just bear with us.
And it's beautiful, man. If they've been putting their hands on the Most High's jewels for over 400 to 500 years, you think that the Most High doesn't have a big payback?
Big
You know,
payback, baby.
revenge? I'm mad.
Hey, Khan.
Got down with my girlfriend. That ain't right.
Right, and we're the Most High's girlfriend. We're His wife, man.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know? And you know, we might sing the song, you know, the big payback,
That's crazy, man.
but it's the truth.
Weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is
Wanna know the
sometimes
time of
it's
seasons?
a different time that we in, man.
That's right. And Venezuela was showing the pastor earlier.
Uh-huh.
They had the mountains are in May are snow capped and this waterfall
Snow-capped.
frozen.
Yep.
And they have all this wintry weather, and they like, what the hell is this coming from?
Yeah.
Why is this not mainstream news?
And meanwhile, while that's happening, you got volcanoes destroying Hawaii,
Yeah.
burning down houses and neighborhoods and cars.
Seen that lava.
Yeah, I watched that a lava river, basically overtake a neighborhood and start burning.
And the brothers that's out there, look, the Most High got them protected.
Got them
right.
protected. Come.
Right.
The Lord is beautiful.
Yeah,
And
man.
that just kicked up the degrees.
2018, year prophecy. Yeah, because it was a little chilly.
It was
Right?
chilly.
It did get warmer, right?
Yeah,
It got
Okay.
warm.
Because those
Both sides
those
shining
clouds
on it, man.
passed and it's out of sun. The sun coming through a little bit.
It was a little chilly.
It
All right,
was.
so I got a precept.
Yep.
Let's yeah.
No.
All right, so because y'all were talking about how Esau gonna be taking other Edomite shit, because the bottom line is gonna be survival of the fit.
That's right.
You know, survival of the fittest. And when people have nothing to lose, like my man Gerald Solente said, when people have nothing to lose, they lose it.
Con.
You know, and then when you don't have anything to eat, you're gonna go to where there's food. No matter how you got to get it.
Shit
You
gets
know?
real.
So this is 2 Ezra 15. I started 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another." That's race wars.
Yep.
And swords in their hands, and also class wars, like the pastor always brings out. And class wars is different classes of people. So you got the middle class, you got the lower class, you got the rich.
Yeah.
So there's going to be class wars. It says,
Which is happening now as we speak.
right.
You know, that's why you got a lot of that protesting.
That's right.
You know, you got a lot of all you're seeing when you turn on these talking heads on the media outlets. They're all against each other, speaking about this one's, this part of the government screwing us over more than this part of the government. You got some of them sitting here trying to, look, man, we got to come together. We got to fight.
Got a perfect scripture for you,
Yeah.
Elder. This is Isaiah 19 and verse 14 and 15. It says, Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah, talking about here in America, in Babylon. All right, which America is Babylon.
Con.
Not the Vatican.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Con. And they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
man, every work. I mean, no matter what you do, you fucking up. Your roads, your infrastructure, your schools, how you set up your grocery stores, how you set up the delivery of everything. When shit really hit the fan, everything is gonna fucking be chaotic, collapsing. Everything is perverse, man.
Yeah, the way you set it up to where the man can't support his family anymore, and the wife actually has to leave the house and go into the workplace, and then you got these women all at the workplace working 8-9 hours, sitting in the company of other men all day.
That's right.
And which causes households to deteriorate and break up, you know. And you know, because a woman sitting up here, she spend more time with this guy at work than she do with her man at home.
At home,
Right.
yeah.
And then they start getting closer. Next thing you know, they out in the park in the car somewhere getting it on. You know,
she's doing overtime.
right? I mean, did we not just go into the place to get say juice and a coffee?
Yep.
And the woman's being all over friendly with me, even gave me my coffee for free.
Yep.
And then I look at her finger and she's got a big old wedding ring on, man.
All of them, man.
All right.
It's a goddamn shame. That's why. That's funny you say that. Early, right before I hooked up with you, bro, I was meditating. So people don't understand the problem. One of the main problems of this world is these fucking women. All right.
Of the world
That's
today.
why they see. It can go back. It goes back to Eve, right? That's why since this woman been exposed
see it.
to all these different, different levels, different things that they could be involved in and everything, it done made the world even more fucked up. And that's why this devil allows the so-called white men, allows the black woman and these other women to get ahead and get into these office jobs, raise them up to bosses and CEOs and this and that, because they know that they're gonna do nothing but create more confusion.
God. And it's destroying them now because of the Me Too movement.
Now
you got these high-level executive Edomites and these men that are actually afraid now because they're getting in trouble for things that they've done with certain women, and you got guys now that saying they don't want to hire women, and so all you attractive women are going to be left out because you're going to have.
But now the thing is this: when you sit there and say you don't want to hire women, now there's discrimination. So they put that's the elites. That's why we know that America's circling the drain, man. That's the elites setting up the destruction. You got to remember, Esau is a fucking. The scriptures say in Habakkuk, spirit is not right. That's in him. You know, and the elites just want it to be just themselves. That's why they set up. They say, look, these are sheeple. You got a lot of these people. They work for these Fortune 500. You're still expendable. They might bring home a few $1 million a year on the average, and they're still expendable to the elites. And the elites want to eliminate them. So that's why they set up this trick bag to where they're getting caught up into the hashtag Me Too. Because here it is, you had all these Hollywood directors and everything. They thought they were insiders, right? They were having all these different satanic and occultic parties. But now the joke is on them. Now they getting taken down out of power. That's right. So that's how you see that, like the scriptures say, that perverse spirit is mixed in Babylon. And they're all going to be fighting each other, man. You see?
I got something real quick. This is James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you.
That's right. It said miseries.
Yep.
I mean, you're gonna miss your money's gonna fail.
Yep.
That your all that shit that you're hoarding, that's not gonna do no good because you're gonna spend half the time at the window trying to stop the people coming in. But nobody has enough guns and bullets to stop this shit from happening.
Not the hordes when they come.
That's right.
You may stop the first wave,
Or the second.
or the second, and then they'll pull back and wait till it gets dark and then rush you in, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right.
It says, your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth-eaten. In other words, the way you got your riches, there's a stain on it.
Yeah.
You know, and right now the Lord is allowing the shameful spewing to come out and you to be revealed and exposed, you know, for how you got these riches. So that's shame.
That's right.
You know, so it's like, all right, you living high off the hog, you living good, but how did you get there?
That's right.
You know?
Yeah,
So it's corrupt, and the Most High is not going to allow you to prosper on something that was built on corruption.
That's right. Hey, that's what it says. That scripture was Ecclesiastes 10 and 8, is it?
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Let me read on. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. So all the wickedness that you've done to get to that state of being able to not want for anything, is coming back to haunt you, because it says, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you.
That's right.
Now read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. He that diggeth a pit shall fall into it.
No, in the Apocrypha.
Oh, Ecclesiastes.
10,
Slack.
10 and 8.
Hey, well, that's good too, because they done dug a pit, for everybody, you know.
Face first in it.
While you're getting that, this is Job 20:21. There
Now you
shall
can hold on to that.
There shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods, and the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him.
Now you know that word wicked there.
That's
When
right.
you go to it, it represents those that are oppressed.
Laborers, sufferers.
Right, sufferers. Because this is, when the scriptures speak about how has the golden city ceased, the golden cities, it says in the margin, it says the exactress of gold. Because what they do pretty much is they oppress the people. See, because you could have an oppression on somebody by beating them.
That's right.
But you could also have an oppression on somebody by taxing the hell out of them.
That's right. Yeah. Ashakwa in the Hebrew, where you see oppression, and was it surely oppression maketh the wise man mad? It's Ashakwa, which means extortion.
Yeah, check that out. See, so that's because that's one of the main. That's what the scriptures say. If you have a poor man and they want something and they ask you, and you have it, give it to them. At least they curse you, you know, and complain to the Most High, and the Most High hear it, and to be a witness against you.
That's right.
You know, and the cries of the people of Israel is going up to the Most High.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this devil, that's how this whole system runs, man. Like the DMV, that's just all the, what's the word you use? Extortion,
Yeah.
robbery,
Yep.
thievery.
Like they care about the environment.
Yeah.
Here you are, you putting lead and all manner of chemicals in the water.
Yeah.
Fish are crawling out the water
out
to the
water.
shore to die.
Yeah.
You know, you making little babies retarded.
Yep. That's
You know, you're poisoning us in the food.
Autism.
You
Autism,
putting
vaccine.
stuff in the sky.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago when it rained, I had just washed
That's
my demon's car, man. And it started raining and the car was filthy. The first time I hit the wipers, and rain comes down, it's supposed to clean. Hey, when I was a little kid, I've said this many a times. I remember when it would rain, my mother would give me a rag and tell me to go out there and wipe down her car.
Right.
Rain shouldn't bring dirt down from the skies, from the heavens.
That's all in the middle.
It shouldn't be dirty stuff on your car. It should be clean. You should be able to go wipe it down. And it's like, I ain't have to go to the car wash.
Right. It's like a free car wash.
Right. You know?
Yeah, now it's the total opposite. You really got to go to the car wash.
That's right. And that's the
And
shit.
then you got the IRS. All right.
Oh, that's another.
That's you know what I'm saying?
Another corrupt.
Another
entity.
corrupt entity, man.
But the
you know?
scriptures say, as the ruler of the people are, so are the people.
Yeah.
And the own laws that supposedly govern America make the IRS an illegal entity, man.
right.
That's
the
right.
Federal
It's a
Reserve
federal
is not supposed to be able to operate.
Right,
And
federal.
they basically are there, and they're basically another branch of government which supersedes the branches of government that you have, because there's nobody to do checks and balances on the Fed. The Federal Reserve supersedes the president and the judicial system, man.
And the federal is Federal Express, man.
They got what plausible deniability.
That's it.
There's no accountability with them.
But that's where the Most High is gonna hold you accountable. That's why we're reading this.
Yep.
But finish that up so get back.
Con, and
you got
this is
Ecclesiastes?
Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Right. So now somebody get is that Jeremiah? So type in the word partridge and search. I believe it's Jeremiah. I can't think of the exact verse. But pretty much, can you read that again, Babak Hashem?
Con. This is Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Because you got to understand, land is wealth.
That's right.
You know, so everything that these devils got is going to be transferred back over to us.
Right.
There's another scripture in Proverbs. You can read that when you get a chance. There's another scripture in Proverbs. It says that
Not to move the landmark.
that the Lord said that they're gonna gather riches, but they're gonna gather them for Him that will pity the poor. So in other words, they're gathering riches, but they're really gathering it for us.
That's right.
Right.
You know.
That's right. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 17:11. As the partridge sitteth on eggs and hatches them not, so he that getteth riches and not by right shall leave them in the midst of his days, and at his end shall be a fool.
Right, because what's going to happen with those riches? They're going to be all this wickedness you did to get that, you lived good for a while, but then eventually what's going to happen? It's going to be transferred back to the people of the Lord.
Right. That's right. I'll read this real quick. I don't think this is the one, but this is Psalms 39:6. It says, surely every man walketh in a vain show. Surely they are disquieted in vain. He heapeth up riches and knoweth not who shall gather them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's right.
So that's heavy, man, because this devil's not going to be ruling, but his inward thoughts is that he's going to continue for generations. But the reality is what? The Most High is stopping him, and he's translating power. That's what happened with us. The power was translated to us, to the so-called white man. You know, because why? That was the curses that the Lord said was going to come upon the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. But now the Lord said that what? Our warfare is accomplished. Right? And then, okay, Slack, I don't know what you got, but then when you go to Jeremiah, the 49th chapter, I'll get that. I'll get that real quick in Jeremiah 49. You read that.
Proverbs 28:8. He that by usury and unjust gain.
Isn't that what the IRS is?
Exactly.
Big taxes?
Total.
Read it again.
He that by usury and unjust gain increaseth his substance.
And that's what they're doing. They're increasing their substance, go ahead.
He shall gather it for him that will pity the poor.
Right, because they're gathering it for the Most High to give to us. You know? And that's what's going to happen. The Lord is, they got it, but they're going to give it up and turn it loose.
Now you look at the flip side is Proverbs 19:17. He that hath pity upon the poor lendeth unto Yahweh, and that which he has given will he repay again. So if you was actually going to treat somebody right and take care of the Most High's poor, the Lord will make sure he take care of you.
Right.
But now you've been so stingy that it said the grape gathereth enough. You want everything. You want every single grape. Not you got to take the grape, the plant, the farm. You come down to the plantation, it's nothing but a pit. He took the dirt, took the roots, to everything, the seeds, the whole nine.
Then he put a fence up around.
Exactly.
Except
then put seeds.
Stay out. They did at the Amistad thing.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get to the.
Oh, now it's a fence over there now.
Yeah, it's fenced out. You got to have the chip to get in there.
Pretty much. Hey, well, that's what it's all coming down to. Like right now, like with these parks and shit like that. I mean, we making jokes and shit, and it's a goddamn shame, man. All right, this is our fucking land,
That's
man.
right.
How the fuck why we need you to tell us if we could come in and pass or not, man?
That's right.
We don't need no fucking justification for you to come on our land, man. But this devil being the devil that he is and in power, like you said, not having no mercy, he wants everything. The reason why he wants to know everybody that comes in here, because he wants to know it's about revenue.
That's it.
How much money, okay, if 100 people come here, then I should be making $100,000 on that day. Everything's about fucking revenue with this devil, man. And you know, like I said, the brother making a joke, but eventually, y'all gonna need a damn chip to get into a park.
Yeah.
You should get into a park, something easy like that, man.
I mean, it's already fucked up. You can't even go to a beach, man.
Yeah.
After 10:30, after sunset, you can't come to a goddamn beach. Like, oh no, you are not smart enough to not go fall into the goddamn ocean. Motherfucker, fuck you. The Most High gave us the sand. He gave us the beaches, man. He gave us the parks. You gotta pay to get into the park we came into now. It just happened that nobody was there. When nobody's there, you can come in. But if somebody was there, 2010, I saw
that
forgot
goes
to
to show
sign.
that
That's
they
stupid.
folded. Because they missing out on revenue because they can't afford to pay that person.
Right.
All right. Matter of fact, it says, look, and they have, this is back in Isaiah 19 and 14, and it reads, to finish it, and it says, they have caused Egypt to err, and in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. They all in confusion, and they system is failing them. All right, it says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
Right.
There was nobody at the gate. Right. All right.
Yeah,
it said, which the head of the tail branch or rush may do. So there was nobody there. The system is failing, man. Esau can't even keep up with his own mess.
Well, and then what they're doing too, they Xing out a lot of you fucking little idiots, man. They got remember back in the days, the grocery store had 5-7 lanes.
Why you in my head, Elder?
Right?
That was 2 or 3 people. I cuss this out every time I go to Walmart or Jewel's in Chicago. You used to have, you have 15 lanes with only 3 people, and in those 3 lanes, you got 7, 8, 9 people with big ass carts. You see them like, goddamn, how
you gotta wait for
to buy a goddamn thing of water, and I gotta go wait for 25 minutes just to go buy a goddamn water. I walk right out the bitch.
But that's his devil, because here it is. If jobs was such a problem, why are you replacing jobs that people could do with robots and
Right.
the automation and all that stuff, self checkouts and everything.
And Jake is oblivious to what's going on. There's a McDonald's that I always pass in transit on my way to the dojo. All right, and so most of the workers in there know me because I go there all the time.
Right.
So they already know what I'm going to order. I don't eat the food. I may order a coffee and a bagel. That's about as much as I'll do. All right, so they already know.
More than I get.
So they already know.
But it's all fucked
you
up.
know.
It's all
True.
Yeah.
But the point is, the one of the managers, as I'm coming in, she's trying to get me to use the kiosk, and so I told her in front of the girls behind the counter. I said no. I said every time I use if I use this kiosk, it's gonna put one of these ladies out of work, and they need to take care of their families. Right. And they all was like, and then they all started looking at each other. Yeah. I said they need their jobs, and I said it loud enough for them to hear me.
And they fell in love with you.
Right. And then they take good care of me every time I come too.
And you're right. That's the spirit. Because you know how to do a pickup, an Uber pickup in McDonald's one time, right? And they had to, they hired like a little young girl that don't know shit. Her job is just to walk you over to the kiosk and deal with that. Instead, why you can't just hire another cashier? Yeah. She only works there and she's only limited on what she could do. Only thing she could do is pretty much just bring you there, or try to
help
talk.
you. If you need trouble, she's there. Her job is to stand there and help you phase her out.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yep. That's basically
what's going to
it is.
happen is nobody needs her to help her do that.
That's right.
She gone.
Now a real person is going to be upset at that and not come to your business and your establishment. So it's going to have an adverse effect because I'm not going to somebody when I see a kiosk thing. I'm not going to the kiosk. I'm going to the person.
Right. And then
I'm not going to the machine.
Yeah. And then the kiosk is just you punching in more of your information and just giving more ESOL, more availability and tracking you and tracking your purposes and knowing purchases and knowing where you are.
Because as soon as you come up there,
the kiosk does take your picture. Just looking at you.
You got a video camera there, and they up there getting all your schematics.
I was in Walmart checking out one of them things, and I looked up, and my face was on camera.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Whoa!"
You know what I did one time? I went to Walmart, and then as you walk in certain aisles, it says recording in progress. So what I did was I took my camera and I started recording that, and I did a video on it. You know?
Yeah, I'm gonna record you, motherfucker. Right. Man. Hey, boy, so-called white man's wickedness runs deep, man. There's so much we could break night talking about all the wickedness that this devil did, because you gotta understand the elites, they done crafted this thing from years, man. But what they fail to realize is that the Most High crafted it even before then. Before they was even a thought, the Most High set this up, how this thing is gonna go down.
Well, he set them up to be the wicked.
That's right.
And this is the reason why all this stuff is happening, because the Most High is stirring Jake's spirit up.
Yeah.
You got to get back to Genesis 49, but the Lord is rousing his spirit up to fight.
That's right.
Because Jake is that old lion right now, just chilling. Old lion, he don't want to make too many moves. You know what I'm saying? He just want to chill.
Yeah.
But he's still dangerous though.
Yeah, exactly.
You cross him, you get him riled up, and he will do what he does.
That's it.
And that's what's happening. I got Ezekiel real quick. This is Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them."
And revenge is for what? All of your jealousy. Because the Most High said he's against them that hated us without a cause. We didn't do shit to you. We didn't fuck with you at all. Matter of fact, when going back to where you holding us accountable for is when you sold your birthright. You sold it.
Yeah.
We didn't steal it from you. You sold it. Yeah. So it's not our fault. It's your fucking fault that you're a mindless fucking reprobate Cain spirit having going straight contrary against the Most High, man.
And secondly, the Most High set it up that way.
That's right.
He gave you the spirit to do that one act that put your people on the bottom.
That's that one thing.
So you got to hey, look, your position is temporary.
That's it.
Right? And it's temporal. And now you're coming to the time and days and the moments where you're being pulled down out of your position, man.
That's right.
And you're going and Apostle Gabar was we breaking bread with Apostle Gabar the other night, man. And he told us a story how when he was a young lad, when he was back on the island, how he watched the sheep and a goat both get put to death, be slaughtered for meals to eat. And he said how the sheep went to
Right.
sleep peacefully,
Yep.
and the goat making all that
Yeah.
noise,
Blood
man.
curdling. Yeah,
Right. He said it was a blood curdling right. So the goat, and that's Esau.
Yeah.
The
rough
sheep
goat.
and the goats,
Right.
man.
And he salted carefully with tears, and he was crying like a bitch ass
Yeah,
baby.
that's true.
And it's not good enough, man. Right?
Bitch ass nigga. That's right. So it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance and have greatly offended
Greatly offended.
and revenged himself upon them. And that's everything that they did. Everything they did, people think that it's coincidence, man. Like even going back to the Tuskegee Airmen, all right? That was
experiment.
the Tuskegee experiment.
That's right.
Down in Puerto Rico when they was experimenting with the cancer and purposely giving the women cancer down there.
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
They shot was it syphilis into their spinal cord?
To the spinal
or
cord,
herpes, one or the other, into their spinal
yeah.
cords,
That's right.
and
Yep.
to the people, to the Jakes down there in Guatemala.
And they did that on purpose, man.
That's right.
They knew who them people was.
right.
It wasn't no a coincidence or whatever. Even what they did down there now in Puerto Rico is they did it on purpose, man.
That's right.
All right, because basically now Puerto Rico is really finished. Puerto Rico will never go back to being the same.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey,
And
what
them-
that, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Apostle.
The island Vieques,
Vieques,
where
yep.
they were doing
Testing
those
and-
testing and all
yep.
that. The brother was breaking it down. A lot of them people that live there, they are, their
Cancer?
children got all types of cancer.
That's right. And
You know?
even to the military. As soon as you get to the military, you had to sign forms that allowed them to do testing on you.
Yeah.
They put all kind of fucking shit into the soldiers, and they inject them with this to see what's going to happen to them. They used Jake primarily as guinea pigs. Right?
No, yeah, yeah.
They used Jake as guinea pigs, man, to play games with them, man. That's why the Most High is going to get you. You sit up there and experimenting with the vaccines, experimenting with this drug, that drug, this thing to see what it's going to do and how it's going to affect you down the line.
Well, I remember the brothers from Los Angeles, they had a few of them soldiers that came up.
Yeah.
Right.
That had the chip in them and everything. And they was breaking it out back then. And basically, when you join the Army, what's the title that they call you? GI. Government issued.
That's right.
That means you property